I was so overwhelmed and so stressed. I had a beautiful wife and a lovely son, but I couldn't enjoy them, I couldn't appreciate them. I was suffering financially. I was struggling. I couldn't provide for them, and that's the worst feeling for a man. I was so upset, so down, and just didn't know what to do. And one day there was a sheikh near my home. There was an Islamic lecture going on, and the sheikh was talking about istighfar. I'd never heard about istighfar before. I know what istighfar is and that we have to ask Allah for forgiveness, but he spoke about how it could change your life, transform your life from poverty to riches, from sickness to health, from having no children to having a child and being able to have a child, from anything, absolutely change your life completely. So I got excited and I was so optimistic, and I was like, this is my solution, this is it. So as soon as I left the lecture, I said to myself, right, I'm going to say Astaghfirullah 1,000 times. I'm going to make my tasbih, do my dhikr daily 1,000 times every single day. And after a while I upped it to 1,500 every day. And day after day went by and I didn't see any change. And a month went by, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I got to 7 months and there was no change. And after those 7 months, it just so happened, by the grace of Allah, that the same sheikh was holding another lecture. So I said, I have to go and I have to speak to him and I have to talk about this and see what's going on. So I went, I attended the lecture, and I stayed until the end. And then I went up to the sheikh and I asked him, I said to him, I was sitting at your lecture 7 months ago when you were talking about istighfar, and I've been saying istighfar daily for 7 months and nothing has changed. Why is that? When you promised and you said, that if you keep saying istighfar, that your life will be transformed. So the sheikh asked me, he said, what was your intention when you were saying istighfar? So I said, I thought, okay, let me see, God, maybe I'll be blessed financially. I was hoping that my financial situation would change. So the sheikh asked again, he said, were you testing Allah? Or were you certain that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would change your circumstances? So, of course I wasn't certain. So I told him, no, I wasn't certain. I wanted to see what will happen and maybe my situation would get better. However, I didn't have the complete certainty. I was hopeful. So the sheikh answered and said, Allah is not to be tested. How can you test Allah? Allah blessed you in your mother's womb and you knew nothing. And He took care of you when you were young, when you were a child, and throughout your whole life. Allah takes care of you. And those words hit me so hard, and it's something in me shifted. My heart I had a change of heart. The next time when I said istighfar, it was from my heart. It was because I love Allah. I want to be close to Allah. Allah is always taking care of me. I just had such great love for Allah. And I became addicted to istighfar. I absolutely loved saying my istighfar, and it was just a different joy, a different feeling. Just kept repeating my istighfar, and just with all my heart was just filled with Allah. And then one day there was a gathering that I was invited to, and we sat down and we spoke, and there was a young man. We got into a conversation together, and this young man was talking about a project that he wanted to start. And you won't believe it, this project was a dream of mine. It was a dream of mine. It was what I specialized in, and it's very rare, this specialization. And I was in shock. I was in total shock. However, we got speaking. We discussed the whole idea and the possibilities, and we agreed to work together, to be partners in this company, in this new project. And it's crazy to think back. It was my dream just to find a job that would pay me 2,500. I would have been so happy with just that. But now, looking back, it's been a year now, and now I'm the co-founder of a large company, and I pay my employees, 2,500, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how things can just change for you when you are sincere with Allah and you put your trust in Allah and you believe in Allah with all your heart. Don't ever think Istighfar doesn't work. Don't ever think Allah will not bless you with what you want. Just be sincere with Allah and put your full trust in Allah. Your life will be transformed. I am living proof of this. Thank you for joining me for this story. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to like, because that will allow more people to see my videos, and subscribe and turn the notification bell on so that you would be notified of new videos as and when I publish them. Also, please do share with other people who you think may benefit. As our beloved Prophet said, whoever guides someone to goodness will have a reward like the one who did it. So may Allah reward you, and with that I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.